Hello, I'm Steve Olson, the Manager of Training Services for Mesa. In this last segment, what we're going to do is we're going to start an Inventor model, an Inventor assembly where we can bring in the completed model of the tank, and then also bring in our point cloud that we created in ReCap and start doing some visual comparison. So Inventor, I'm just going to start a new assembly. And if I want to, I can save this. I don't necessarily have to, but I'll call this verify. And so what I'll do is I'll place the tank in here. I'm going to go to place. I'll find the assembly that I want to place in here. I'm going to go ahead and say open. And my assembly may not be oriented in the same space as the ReCap model. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of place it generically and then constrain it to the origin the way that I want. So here, I'm going to go to constrain. I want this face to be flush with my XY plane. And then I also want this plane to be flush with the XZ plane. Now we're kind of getting a little bit more of the right orientation here. And then one last one, I'll have this edge over here mate with the YZ plane. So now my part's kind of sitting in the X, Y, and Z space the same way I wanted the other model to. I'm going to turn off my work features here to make things easier to see. So now that I have that, I can now bring in the point cloud. So I'm going to go to manage here. I can say attach. And I can find that point cloud. Now the point cloud is going to want me to kind of just click to drop it anywhere. I'll tell it to insert at the origin. I'll say OK. Now you can see I've got my point cloud sitting there. Because I had it regionalized, I don't necessarily have the all those extra points. If I need to turn those on, that's what this navigator here would be for. I can kind of control what points are visible, what ones aren't. And now here I can also start visually inspecting. Okay, well, what do I've got? You know, what's changed? If I find that for some reason my cloud needs to be adjusted, over here in the browser, underneath this point cloud, there is the edit attached data command, which will allow me to change its position, X, Y, and Z offsets, or also the angle. So here there's, again, basically just the ability to kind of visually inspect. If you're looking for some more physical inspection or interference detection, you would have to use some of the cloud point or cloud plane commands to begin defining some geometry that you could do sort of a comparison to. It's not these tools kind of don't give you all that you really want all the time, so it can be a little bit difficult to get the right information. See, there's a hose here that's a little bit different that wasn't maybe in that model, or a little bit different than what we saw before. So we can also begin kind of comparing other shapes. So again, we can begin visually inspecting and kind of take a look and see what we've got, if everything is in the right location for what we need. This isn't always the most foolproof, but it definitely is gives us a good starting point to kind of begin moving forward with our visual inspection or determining what's changed or what's moved. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to email me at the email address on the screen. And again, thank you for watching.